Rainbow Six Siege X changes in commentary. We've got a mix of fresh, never-before-seen features and a few upgrades that may finally fix some of the old quirks of Siege. And trust me, there's a lot to unpack here. So grab your gear, because we're about to break down every major change. First up, the new game mode, Dual Front. This is something fresh. For the first time ever, attackers and defenders are forced to work together towards one goal: total map control. Imagine Pulse guarding a planted diffuser from the floor below. It's like mixing the tactical depth of Siege with the fast-paced chaos of a team deathmatch. And get this, players can even switch operators upon respawn, although not on the same team simultaneously. This opens up an entirely new layer of strategy and might even pave the way for a separate ranked system just for Dual Front. I mean, think about it. Siege has always stuck to hostage, secure area, and bomb. Now we've got a game mode that could totally shake things up. Next, let's talk visuals. Siege is a 10-year-old game, and honestly, it was time for a refresh. Ubisoft is rolling out a visual overhaul on 5 maps: Clubhouse, Chalet, Bank, Café Dostoevsky, and Border, with more modernized maps coming every season. They've tweaked lighting, materials, and even added improved shadows to boost immersion. If you're like me, you remember the original hype, dark, realistic lighting that made every breach feel like a cinematic moment. So, these updated maps, a breath of fresh air. Plus, who wouldn't love a map that makes you actually appreciate the aesthetics while you're running around taking down opponents? Moving on to something that's been a long-time request, Weapon Inspect. For all you skin fans out there, get excited. Finally, you can take a closer look at your favorite weapon skins with a detailed animation. Now, I know some of you might say, really? Isn't that just cosmetic? And sure it is. But in a game where every little detail matters, even the tiniest bit of immersion counts. Personally, I'm more about the gameplay changes than the pretty paint job, but hey, if it makes you look cool while you're fragging out, then that's a win in my book. Now, here's something fun. Destructible ingredients. Ubisoft is introducing new interactive elements like fire extinguishers, gas pipes, and metal detectors. These elements will create all kinds of unpredictable gameplay situations. It's like turning a standard match into a high-stakes puzzle where good players can exploit every utility and, well, less skilled players might just get burned, literally. Next up, new repelling animation. I really love the idea of a more realistic, smoother repelling mechanic, running while repelling and turning corners like a boss. But what happens when a roamer suddenly pops out while you're on the move? Does this change help balance what tends to be a one-sided gunfight? Only time will tell, but I'm cautiously optimistic. And let's not forget Audio 2.0. Sound has always been a standout in Siege, sometimes working perfectly and providing an immersive experience, other times, well.
One friendly operator remaining.
I just got swung hella hard.
There's no audio! Like, what am I supposed to do? There's 3 people in the room there and I couldn't hear one of them?
The way every footstep can give away an enemy's location. With the revamped audio system, you'll be able to pinpoint exactly where your opponents are, whether they're to your left, right, or lurking somewhere above. I'm excited to see how this change evolves, even though it might take a bit of getting used to. Now, on to some strategic adjustments. The operator ban phase is getting a complete makeover. Instead of banning 2 operators per team at the start, you now ban 1 operator before each round, with a reset halfway through the match. This change forces you to think on your feet and adapt to your opponent's strategies. This gives coordinated teams more control over the match, though it also raises the stakes in every round. Then there's the communication wheel. It might seem like a small quality-of-life upgrade, but if you've ever struggled with mic issues or just preferred not to talk, this new feature will help you coordinate without the hassle. It's not a game changer per se, but this makes solo queuing much easier in my opinion. One of the biggest announcements is that Siege is going free to play with Siege X. Now, before you freak out about cheaters, let's break it down. The free-to-play version comes with some restrictions, no access to competitive playlists and a limited operator pool. This means that if you're diving into ranked or standard modes, you'll need to upgrade. I personally love this move because it lowers the barrier for new players to jump in and try Siege without the fear of spending money and getting demolished every game as a new player until they quit. Sure, it might widen the skill gap a bit initially, but it's a smart way to keep the community growing. Plus, player protection is getting an upgrade with improvements to the anti-cheat engine and toxicity systems. Ubisoft is promising a more secure and fair playing environment. Fingers crossed that these updates stick around longer than past imps. Last but not least, Siege X brings a refreshed menu screen, making it easier to navigate operators, game modes, and even the battle pass. Small changes like these might seem minor, but they add up to a more polished overall experience. So, when is all this dropping? Ubisoft confirmed that Rainbow Six Siege X will officially release on June 10, 2025, with a beta already available for those eager to try out the new features. And if you're into competitive play, mark your calendars. The first international Siege esports event for season 2025, Reload, will be held in Rio de Janeiro in May, giving us a sneak peek of what's coming. All in all, while there's bound to be some hiccups at launch, I see huge potential in these changes. From a brand new game mode that could redefine all of our strategies, to long overdue visual and audio upgrades, and even an approachability boost with the free-to-play model, Siege is evolving into something fresh while staying true to its roots. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Siege X. If you did, please consider subscribing and leaving a comment with your thoughts or predictions. Thanks for watching,